Hello, and this is Dave Travels Through Time. Hello, everybody. How is everybody? Today I'm going to be talking about, do you think the War Chief could have been the Master in a previous incarnation? Please hit that subscribe button if you enjoy more live streams, and hit the notification bell for more live streams. 4 people in here. Thank you guys, and 1 like. Thank you guys. And the topic of discussion today is, do you think the War Chief could have been an incarnation of the Master? Hello, Matthew. Good to see you here, my friend. Hello, Matthew. 3 people in here. Say hello in the chat. Say hello in the chat, guys. 4 people. 4 people. I'm also going to be talking about Borusa in this stream as well. So do you think, for me, I always, even though the Master was conceived after the War Chief, there was a fun theory that, other people, and I was thinking, it would be cool if the War Chief was a previous incarnation of the Master, because they had history. But, of course, the Master was created after the War Chief. So it's just a fun little theory that I like to go on. But, of course, to most people, he is a separate Time Lord, of course. So let me know what you think of the whole theory of the War Chief being a previous incarnation of the Master. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it, or if you just prefer him to be a separate Time Lord, that's fine too. Let me know in the comments. 3 people in here, 1 like. What do you think, Matthew? What's your input on that? And they did seem like they did have history. The second Doctor, and the War Chief did have history. So, and just the vibe of the War Chief as well reminded me of the Master. Both were co-created by Terrence Dicks. I guess the War Chief was a sort of prototype of the Master. Yeah, that's a good way to put it as well. Right? He came first. Oh, and be sure to check out on Friday. I have a live stream. It's a Master live stream I'm going on with Lee Anthony Davis stream, and Thomas Sadaku wants to come on as well, so I'm going to add him in that stream as well. Said he was possibly interested, so I'll add him, into that stream too. Yeah, prototype. Yeah, I agree. Prototype of the Master. That's a good way to put the War Chief as well. 3 people in here. Say hello in the chat. Say hello in the chat, guys. So if he was, if there was this theory, if he was the Master, basically, probably the Time Lords obviously found him, and they sentenced him. Then they probably, my guess is, he was forced to regenerate as well, just like the second Doctor was. And then he regenerated into the Delgado incarnation. True, both had a mustache. Love how that's true too. That's a very good point, Matthew. Yeah. And the Master didn't come that long after the War Chief. It was only, what, a year and a half? War Chief was 1969. The Master was 71 when he came around. So not too far apart. The War Chief had that certain kind of deviousness to him, like the Master as well. Three people in the stream. Say hello, guys. Say hello in the chat. Four people in. Say hello in the chat, guys. Say hello in the chat. 4 people in the stream. So do you think they both had the black suit with the high collar as well? Excellent point, Matthew. Excellent point. Yep. That Nehru kind of outfit. Narrow suit. Yeah, so that I like that theory of them possibly being the same Time Lord. I just find it a cool theory. But, you know, that's just my personal opinion. Because you don't want to do that. You don't want because 5 people in. Say hello in the chat. Say hello in the chat. No, it went down to 4. Oh, well. You don't want to do that. Especially in the work. Yeah, their personalities were a little bit similar, too. So, yeah, I just thought that possibly the War Chief and the Master might possibly be the same Time Lord. And I was talking about, you know, this idea on the Doctor Who forum, on the Doctor Who page that on the classic series page. There's this theory that the monk might have also been an earlier version of the Master. Possible. To me, I don't know. With them, the monk and the Master, to me, their personalities are very different. The characterizations are different, but that's a cool theory. I feel like the monk, I don't know. I don't feel he's as dark as the Master, though. Five people in. Say hello in the chat, guys. Got Matthew in here. And Matthew in here. Oh, hello, Disaster Area. Hello, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. They probably thought it was a good character, so used again. Ah. Yeah. So what do you think, Disaster? Do you like that theory of the War Chief and the Master possibly being... Oh, you just came off of the Rabbi stream. Cool, Matthew. Awesome. I want to do that quiz one on Thursday. Check out that quiz stream. Quizzes are fun. So what do you think, Disaster? Would you like to think that the War Chief and the Master could possibly be the same time, or that possibly the War Chief is an earlier incarnation of the Master? Let me know in the chat what you think of that theory. Yeah, I mean, obviously the War Chief was conceived first, and Terrence Dix, Robert Holmes later wrote the Master for the Terror of the Autons. So obviously the War Chief came first. Big Finish brought back the War Chief after he regenerated. Interesting. So I'm guessing the War Chief in Big Finish is a separate character from the Master. Six people in. Awesome. Say hello in the chat, guys. Yeah, I'd like to check out that Big Finish story. Cool. Yes. Yes, he's a Time Lord. Yeah, you should check him out. He's in the War Games, the final story of the second Dr. Pachter Troughton era. Six people in. All right. Watching this. Say hello in the chat. Love to hear from you. Your input. Got Disaster and Matthew. He was a great character. Yes, he was, wasn't he? Yeah, very devious. He was only in one story in the television series. Wasn't he reduced to atoms or something at the end of the War Games? That's what Matthew said. Yeah, he kind of was. But I don't know. He had more regenerations left, so I don't know. I like to have a theory that he, regenerated afterwards. Wasn't it that the warlord killed him? Wasn't it? I think the warlord. Oh, problem being. Hello, welcome to the stream. Awesome, man. Awesome to see you here. Hasn't the Master been definitively killed many times yet somehow survives? I mean, yes, that's a brilliant point. I mean, look at Planet of Fire, right? The ending of that, and then suddenly he survives that, with no explanation. Same with Castrovalva, another one. And he still survives that, so, yeah. Yes, the Master always returns. Not much of a sense of continuity. True. I never liked the way they always kill the Master. Then he just reappears with no explanation. It's so lazy. That's true, problem. That's a good point. I agree with you there. Completely. The Doctor seems to have infinite lives. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, courtesy of you shall not be named. Yes. Mr. Chris Chinballs. Yes, does now. Yeah, ridiculous. Exactly. Problem being, you're awesome. Yeah, totally right. Yeah. Yeah, Timeless Children's awful. Sorry, without respect, we reject Chris Chinballs. Chibnall. It was meant to be a fixed number. I listened to hindsight, they had stopped then. Yeah. True. Disaster. True. Chibnall would no doubt turn him into the war priestess. That's true. That's true, Matthew. Yeah. War chief into the war priestess. That's exactly right. War priestess. Oh, that's good. That's good, but true. Mm-hmm. What would we do to the monk if he returns? I don't want to even think about that. Ugh. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. The meddling nun? I have no idea. The naughty nun under Chibnall. Yeah, there we go. Exactly. That's even better. The naughty nun. I love that. Yep, that's what Chibnall would do. Yep. The toxic masculine monk. Yep. That's another one. Yep. Problem. He's nailed it. Yeah, it's okay. When you struggle. Mm-hmm. A toxic masculine monk. Yep. Yeah. That's exactly right. So now, talked about the war chief possibly being fun theory if he was the master. let's talk about Borusa. That's the other topic of discussion on this stream. Lord President Borusa. And then of course, before he was Cardinal, and then of course the Doctor's teacher at the camp. I like the monk in the Dalek's master plan. Yeah, he was good in that, wasn't he? I listened to all the audio of that one. That was awesome. The audio of that story. I had it at the library, checked it out, listened to it. That was a lot of fun. Monk is good in that one. Yeah. It's just that it's her and Raquel does, that's just Juka. That's how she is. So President Borusa, the Doctor's tutor, the Academy. He was quite a character. Then, of course, we first saw him in The Deadly Assassin. First appearance, played by Angus MacKay. Excuse me, and he was Cardinal Borusa at that stage. Cardinal Borusa. Yeah, Monk was good in Dalek's master plan. I totally agree with that story. 6 people in the stream. So President Borusa, Cardinal Borusa now in Deadly Assassin, quite had the stuffiness and quite that air and that deadpan humor. He had that kind of at the end of that story. I quite liked his performance in that. Angus MacKay. Now, of course, the Doctor's apparently had, he's had more than one tutor, of course. Then there was Asmail, but we're talking about Borusa here. That's the topic of discussion. There was actually, speaking of Borusa, they were going to do a prequel. There was that prequel that they were going to do, the American ones. They were going to do the Weekly, had the John Weekly, I believe his name was. Read about it in the Regeneration book. Apparently they were going to make Borusa a relative of the Doctor. I don't know about that whole idea. Like his uncle or something. In the Weekly Doctor Who reboot Bible. That was back in 1994. Read about it in the Doctor Who Regenerations book. My laptop froze. Switched to my mobile. Okay, cool. And then they were going to make the Cybermen the Cybes in that whole reboot thing. And then the Spider-Man, the dogs were going to be spiders. The dogs were going to be spiders, basically. It's nice to let someone go ahead of you. So what did you think of Borusa as a character, guys? Let me know in the chat. Now we're talking about Borusa. You want to be respectful and let them go ahead. Was he going to be in the McGann series? Yeah, if there was a planned pilot, he was going to be throughout that weekly series. The Spiders from Skaro, yeah. And, yeah, he was going to be throughout the series, and I think he was going to be a spirit, in parts of it, too. But he was going to be like the uncle of the Doctor in this version, apparently. And the Doctor and the Master were going to be like brothers or something. Yeah, it was definitely a complete reboot type thing. Very different from the classic series. He was still a cardinal, but he would have been the the uncle of the Doctor. That was a very strange Dalek design. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I've seen storyboards of it, and then they had a little CGI animation of it. I think it's even on YouTube. You can find it out, the Spider Daleks. Personally, I just prefer the Doctor the Bruce, being the tutor of the Doctor. I don't know, having him be an uncle to the Doctor, I don't know. I personally don't like that as an idea, but that's what they're going to do with the reboot. She scrambled everybody and then just let everybody's everywhere and then everybody's what? One time she messed up on my Big Finish should do that as a series. Oh, a Borusa Big Finish audio series? Maybe. That's an interesting idea. Matthew, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I was like, there's no way. One time I accidentally did a clock out. I meant to say clock out for day, but I clocked out for lunch. I accidentally pressed the clock out for lunch. Same, they never made that a TV series. Oh, you wanted that? That reboot? I guess you're going to lunch. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not coming back. Or are you saying just a whole series based on Borusa? I always thought the Warlord looked more like the Master. Oh, now that you think about it, he kind of does, doesn't he? More than the War Chief? Yeah, that's true. That's true. But he's not a Time Lord, so yeah, that doesn't quite work. He was a different race from the Time Lords. 27 minutes in. You will never be able to accomplish the job of that. Asking someone to do the so Borusa. I quite liked when he said the 9 out of 10 at the end of and the way he kind of that stuffiness about Runcible and the Deadly Assassin. Then, of course, in the Invasion of Time, the Doctor kind of orders around Borusa. When he claims the right of the presidency. Of course, the Doctor in that one. Two likes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Philip Maddock was a great actor, huge range. Yes, and he was very good in the Brain of Morbius as well. I was not that fond of stories set on Gallifrey. I preferred the mystery. Yeah, there was quite a bit of stories set on Gallifrey. There was Deadly Assassin. There was Arc of Infinity, Invasion of Time. Well, Invasion of Time first, Arc of Infinity, 5 Doctors. Trial of Time Lord was set on a Time Lord space station, so that doesn't count. So yeah, but yeah, I hear you. I hear you. It did take away a bit of the mystery for sure. Yeah, what'd you think of the Invasion of Time? What'd you think of that story? Then there was the Vardens in that one. Kind of looked like tinfoil, basically. Then we got to see the Sabugans in that one. Time Lords look so different in the War Games. Yeah, they did, didn't they? They had those colors, and then your name will also go on the list. Yeah, they did. And then they had those psychic powers, didn't they? Where they could psychically wipe somebody out from existence. They never used that ability after. Don't tell him, Pike. Yeah, Pike. They didn't do him too well, did they? And the newer ones, that's just my opinion. Star Trek. I mean, actually, his performance wasn't bad. It's just Discovery. Not a big Discovery person. Just curious, guys, what's the like-dislike ratio right now? The Invasion of Time was written over a weekend. It kind of shows, yeah. Well, it's under that pseudonym of David Agnew, and it was a pseudonym of Graham Williams and Anthony Reed, I believe. It does kind of show, though. It's a mixed match. First is the Vardens, then there's the Suntarans. It's all over. Store. The Suntaran store. Yeah, what is it? What's the like-dislike ratio? Just curious right now. 3. Thanks, Disaster. Awesome. Just curious to see what's at. I blocked a few trolls on here, so they were kind of disliking my videos before I even go live. So just curious to see what the like-dislike ratio is right now. 4 likes. Awesome. Yeah, then we got to see more of the inside of the TARDIS in the Invasion of Time as well. So we got 4 likes, no dislikes so far? It's up to 5-0 now. Nice. Maybe the trolls have gotten bored. Possibly. Still here, guys. Just gonna send it. See if somebody else wants to pop in. Okay. They're probably watching the rabbi. Yeah, true. I think the rabbi's going on right now, huh? "36 minutes in the stream." Yo, what time did the rabbi stream start? Just curious. He's back. I was watching Rabbi and his live stream just went dead. Ooh, ouch. That's too bad. Yeah, you got to see the TARDIS swimming pool in the Invasion of Time as well. Got to see a lot of rooms in that story, actually. And wasn't there that plant in there in the TARDIS as well? That plant that killed one of the Centaurans or something? I was like, huh? What was that about? Oh. Maybe that flagged YouTube. Maybe. Toy Parton was going nude for Playboy. Interesting. Maybe that flagged YouTube. YouTube is strange at the moment. Yep. Oops. Sorry. I think she's left it a bit late. What did you think of that scene? What was it with the plant? Remember that with the Centaurans and the Invasion of Time? I don't know if you guys remember that scene, but that was like something else. Yeah, that story was all over the place, wasn't it? Yeah, you remember the swimming pool? Yeah, I remember that too. Pretty big swimming pool, actually. All right, and then so Leela swimming in it and all that stuff. Must have blocked it from my memory. Yeah. I'll have to. Sure, if I rewatched it, I could get to that scene. Are you buying any Time Lord Victorious? I'm not sure yet. Good question, though. It's those new audios. Yeah, with David Tennant, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about it. Maybe. Nah. Yeah, on second thought, no. I don't want to support anything that's going to support the current crap era. I'm sorry. Problem Beans, right? Yeah, I'm glad I won't be. Yeah, I'm second thought. I'm not going to either. Oh, weren't they filming the Invasion of Time in an abandoned mental hospital? Yeah, I think I remember reading something about that. You're right, Matthew. Yeah, part of Tars was being filmed in an abandoned mental hospital. Yeah. Good point. Yeah, I'm not gonna support anything with the current era. No. In fact, the only Blu-rays I have are gifts, actually, so I didn't even buy those. It probably will, Disaster. I'm sure it will. They'll probably link the Time Lord Victorious with the Timeless Children, unfortunately. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all. The mental hospital, it would fit. I have every episode of Who except the last 2 seasons. Nice. That's cool. I need to get some more Hartnell and Troughton stuff. First and second. I don't have enough of them right now. I have a lot of the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, all that stuff. Then maybe, I need to get a few more. I want to get the Green Death. I want to get Mind of Evil. I want to get Day of the Dogs. Planet of the Dogs especially. That's one of my favorite dog stories. I stopped collecting after season 9. Capaldi's last series was too woke for me. Yeah. Can't blame you for that. And Bill is like, yeah, and the Time Lord General. It was just getting too much. I didn't. There's still a few Capaldi ones actually I haven't seen. The animations are good. Yeah, some of the animations are good. I have seen a few. I've seen the Moon Base. I've seen the Invasion one. Animation is good. Then I saw bits and pieces of the Power of the Dogs animation. That was good. Some people were just before the reconstructions where it's just the audio and the pictures. But, you know, I enjoy the animations for what they are. It's one way to have, you know, these missing stories in a format. Because some of them, unfortunately, probably won't be found. But never say never. Never say never. 5 people in the stream. So speaking of, I was talking about Borusa. So next story of him was Arc of Infinity. Now, Arc of Infinity is a mixed bag. It's a very mixed bag story. Arc of Infinity. Kind of prefer the reconstructions on Daily Motion. Yeah, the reconstructions on Daily Motion are cool. The loose cannon reconstructions, yeah, they're good. They're good. Yeah, Borusa, he didn't get to do as much in that story, Arc of Infinity. That story, yeah, it's not one of the best. It's not one of the worst. It's just okay. But it had Borusa in that one. That was his first episode as the president. Yeah, Michael Goff was good as Hedon. He was very good. He's always good. Yeah, Celestial Toymaker. Yeah, Alfred. Anything he does, and he was in some Hammer horror as well. Always good. Michael Goff. I think the animation is typical of the BBC, cheap. Yeah, I mean the animation isn't honestly, you know. I have to admit, I might prefer the loose cannon reconstructions to the animation. I mean, it's better than nothing, though. Yes, he was. Disaster. He was married to Polly Aneki Wills. In real life, I don't know. I forgot how long the Michael Goff and her were married. I forgot, but yeah, they were married for a while. Shada's animation was awful. You know, I haven't seen Shada's one yet, so I can't comment. But just from the look of it, was very flash animation looking. Kind of that style. Yeah, it's like flash animation from the 90s. Yeah. That's for sure. That's exactly right, problem. It was also edited, yeah. Oh, and then did you guys remember that creature, the Aragon? Oh my gosh, an Arc of Infinity. Oof, it was a bit ridiculous. I think that was one of the stories that was convincing Peter Davison to only do one more season. Well, and also advice from Patrick Troughton, obviously, to only do 3 years, to not be typecast. Do you mean the Paul? Oh, the Paul McGann version. Yeah, there was that one as well. Yes, there was the Paul McGann version. Yeah, I saw that one. That was back when I was in middle school, when that one first came out. It was in my first year of middle school, where I was just about to start, almost. Yeah, when the Paul McGann one came out. I think I just got done with elementary school at that point, actually. Yeah, the Paul McGann one. I know Loa Ward was in it, right? She was the president at that point of Gallifrey, and then K9 was in it. This is basically like a remake of Shada, basically. Of Shada. Look at the faceless ones compared to Scream of the Salka. Nothing much in it. You haven't seen the faceless ones yet, but not much of a difference in it. Yeah. Actually, no, wait. I have seen clips of yeah, Scream of the Salka was like right before RTD brought Doctor Who back. Yeah, there's not much of a difference in them, in the style, the design. Not much of an improvement. Looks very similar they look very similar to each other. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Problem Bean. Right, Richard E. Grant played the Doctor in the voiced the Doctor in that Scream of the Salka, and then of course there was I'll talk about more about that version of the Master in my Master stream on Friday. I love the background animation in the new one, but the figures look too simple. Yeah, he was the original Ninth Doctor. He came right before Eccleston was hired. He was the original Ninth Doctor. True. Yeah, the background animation didn't look bad, but the figures do look too simplified, very flash animation, and yeah. He's quite a good actor. Richard E. Grant. "53 minutes in." And of course, Richard E. Grant and Paul McGann, the Eighth Doctor, were featured in a movie with Nail and I. And then Richard E. Grant also played in the parody Curse of Fatal Death, Doctor Who Curse of Fatal Death. He played an incarnation of the Doctor in that. Awesome. Favorite film of mine. Awesome. Cool. And I know you're a big fan of Blake Seven, which is another very good, which is another brilliant TV series. It's one of those classics I've never seen. You should definitely check it out. It's good. I recommend it. I was going to get some of the Blake 7 stuff, but unfortunately, well, if I got a multi-region player, I could get some of the UK releases. They do a box set in the UK with all 4 seasons on. Yeah, with all 4 seasons on. Nice. Five people in the stream. All right, so now we're still talking about Borusa, so I want to stay on topic. So we talked about, so 5 doctors. 5 doctors. He was an important character in the 5 doctors. Played brilliantly by Philip Latham, who also did Hammer Horror. He's done some Hammer Horror, and he does a very good job as Bruce on this one. He's got the authority, and he you kind of have that air of mystery about him, and it's he's just then of course he blames the Castellan with the Black Scrolls, and he gets framed, and unfortunately the poor Castellan goes bye-bye in that one. Stazard and bye-bye. Then, of course, he wants the master to, rescue the doctor in that one. And, of course, it's quite a twist in that one. I quite like that the villain in that one turns out not to be the master in that one. It turns out to be Borusa himself, who is responsible for, taking the doctors out of time streams and the companions with the time scoop into the death zone. Always played by a different actor. Yes, Borusa always was played by a different actor each time. Very true, Matthew, my friend. Very true indeed. Yep, we've had, there's been Angus McKay, John Arnett, Leonard Sachs, and then Philip Latham. And of course he wanted immortality in that story as well, That was his whole, to become immortal, to be president forever and rule forever. Of course, he got his in the end, courtesy of Rassilon. And of course, the first Doctor, too, agreeing to it. I like that story. The Master was more serious than later. True. Yeah, I feel like he didn't go as, they didn't make him as over the top. And that was one of Anthony Ainley's better stories he got to be in. feel like that one and Survival probably were his best two stories that he was in. Excuse me. The Five Doctors was even... You're doing the message, I guess. Hour in the stream. The Five Doctors was event TV back in the 80s. Yeah, it was. It was, huh? Just from reading about it. And I mean, obviously, the Five Doctors, had to be. All over the news. I think there was parades, too, wasn't there? Big parades. And then, of course, there was those photo shoots. And then they had that dummy fourth Doctor, since Tom didn't agree to go to be in the Five Doctors. They had that Madame Tussauds waxwork with the photo shoots with all the doctors. Yeah, the only thing missing was Tom. Yeah, they just had footage with him, and he was stuck in a time eddy. They only had, footage from Shada, of him and Lala Ward. Yeah, so it almost was like more like the Four Doctors, wasn't it? Or 4.5, I guess, if you include the footage with Tom from Shada. That would be a good one to review, yeah, for a watch-along. Yeah, I agree. We're going to do that at some point. Some people even call it the 3.5 Doctors or something, or 4, or 3 Doctors and a stand-in, because Richard Hurndall was standing in for William Hartnell. There was so much in it, yep. And originally they were going to have Hurndall be a duplicate, kind of like in The Chase, have him be a robot duplicate. So he wouldn't have even been the actual first Doctor. He would have been a duplicate. Yeah, I thought he did a good performance, Instead of like directly just trying to imitate, he had his own spin to it, but also keep the spirit of Hartnell. Troughton made it for me. Something magical about his performance, yeah. Yeah, and then, of course, the chemistry with him and the Brigadier, Nicholas Courtney, was awesome in that as well. When they dealt with the Yeti and then those phantoms. Then, of course, there's always that with him and the when John Pertwee's Doctor, they always go at it. That's always entertaining. Troughton and Pertwee started the competition there. Well, they had it a little bit in the Three Doctors too, but yeah, I think it made it even more apparent in this one too. Yeah.
Hello. Hi, sweet pea. What's going on? What's that?
It would have been great to see them in convention together. Yeah, it would have been. That would have been awesome, wouldn't it? And then, speaking of Borusa, there's been many, there's been audios I've heard about it. Having Borusa, there was an Engines of War, there was a War Doctor novel where Borusa was brought back, from the tomb. Apparently Rassilon brought him back. Rassilon was an Oriental to begin with. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, look at him. Yeah, definitely. Just the style and the look. Yeah. Oriental, I agree. He can come back then with Chibs. No, we don't want Rassilon to come back with Chibs. I mean, he basically got rid of Rassilon, didn't he? It's Tech 2E now. It's not Rassilon. Rassilon's out, courtesy of Chris Chunballs. Of course, to me, that stuff's not canon. He'd meet their diversity quotas, yeah. Oh, yeah, he can come back then with Chimps because he was already in the... Yeah, I see what you mean. But the thing is, I think Rassilon's completely eliminated because it's Tectuine now. Unless that's supposed to be another name for Rassilon. But to me, that crap's not... That rubbish isn't canon for me. I reject it. Chinballs, I reject it. Did I like Timothy Dalton? Yeah, he's a very good actor. He's a very good actor. I like Dalton, yeah.
I need to use the loo.
Yeah, I like Timothy Dalton. Good actor. Yeah, it was a different Rassilon performance, but, I like Timothy Dalton. I also quite enjoyed him as James Bond as well. He's actually one of my personal favorites, in my opinion, but that's just me. That's just my opinion. Hour and 9 minutes of the stream. Wow, already, guys. Wow. Yeah, underrated is Bond. I agree. I feel like he's one of the best, in my opinion. I agree with Doomcock. Without respect, we reject. Yes. Without respect, we reject Chris Chinballs. Chibnall Chinballs. Without respect, we reject. We reject the timeless children. We reject you. Yes. Your era to us is not canon, in our opinion. Sorry. The first Doctor is still the first Doctor. Olga and Rassilon do exist. And the Doctor is not a tortured lab experiment from another dimension. I'm sorry. Sorry. No, sorry, not sorry, Chris Chinballs. Chibnall Chinballs. Good job. I'm almost done. All right, guys. So I'm going to call it pretty soon. I'm getting hungry, so I might get some lunch here. But hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you so much, Matthew. Thank you so much, Disaster Area. Thank you so much, Problem Bean. You guys are awesome. I'm going to call it, and be sure to check out. I'm going to be doing the Daniel stream with Charlotte. The Beware Doctor Who audio review of the Doctor Who story, the clear skies. We're going to be talking about that story tomorrow, which I very highly recommend. Vastly better than Chinball era, Jodie Whittaker era. Definitely recommend it. It's going to be fun. We're going to review that tomorrow. And then Friday, I'm going to be doing a Master stream. We're going to talk about the Master, me and Lee Anthony Davis and Matthew Sadako. So anyway, guys, take care. Peace. Bye for now.